Good morning, and welcome to day 2 of Mind Games Reviews as I am prepping for the Echo Fox vs. TSM quarterfinals, North American LCS 2018. So what I'm doing is basically I'm kind of reviewing the Echo Fox games, and from a sports psychology perspective, I'm trying to scout them out a little bit. I'm trying to look at what kind of bad habits that we have as TSM and what kind of good habits, or you can think of it as I'm looking at the decisions that Echo Fox makes, looking for like a heuristic to define how they think, who's shot calling, how they understand the game, so that we can prep better, essentially, so that we can understand what the weaknesses are and the strengths are of our squad and their squad going into the match. So yesterday's video is also up on this channel. Just check it out. It's the one where earlier in the split TSM got backdoored, and this game today is going to be the tiebreaker match that we played earlier in the week, so the most recent possible data of the team. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so let me move the game back. I'm going to watch the early game primarily through the minimap view because I don't really care that much about like strategic things that our scout will take care of, like their wards and their gank paths and stuff like that. I'm more looking at kind of the flow of the game. So yeah, and then I'm more interested in things that win or lose the game, mostly, you know, past a certain minute. Like what do they take first dragon? You know, the 10-minute mark, the herald, and then the baron setups. More likely. Those are the places that, and their engages or their failures to engage later. So that's when I'm going to switch over to the game view. Alright, so I wonder if I can actually speed this up even more. I can, 5x. Alright. They push us off to a red invade. Okay. It looks like we're doing red top scuttle blue. They're doing red bot scuttle blue. Okay. Cassiopeia first recall, Camille first recall, Trundle first recall, Nocturne first recall, Rise first recall, Braum matches Ashe, Tom matches Braum. Okay, I think this is the death. No. Yeah, it is. Alright, let's go back. Okay, so this is the point when Nocturne wants to hit level 6 at all costs, and Cassiopeia just hit level 6. Cassiopeia and Rise looks to me right now like it's even. Jungle matchup probably slightly favors Trundle in the early game, I would imagine, since Nocturne's one of those level 6 junglers. Well, I guess he was OP, so maybe his early lane actually was very strong. That's why he was OP. I'm not sure. But yeah, Rumble is building pure armor because he's versus Camille Nocturne, so that's bad for Nocturne. And yeah, okay. Alright, so his wolves are going to get contested here. He's trying to see if he can take them or not. Looks like Soren's coming, so the communication is probably let's fight. Looks like Camille's coming, so the communication is probably we'll get there sooner. This is where Camille is here first, Rise is here first, Nocturne is... Yeah, he's like sideways to the Cassiopeia ulti. It's very unfortunate that that hit him. Feels like it shouldn't. It looks like he was trying very hard not to get hit by it. But... oh, well. Let's keep fast forwarding. So Echo Fox here, typically you would expect the Rumble to have the push and to be assisting with this invade. I think that the fact that Haunter got there first is not a very Huni-esque sign. So either he's just having a chill game, or he's not winning hard enough, or the timing was off on that. DARDOCH's going back in, taking the second blue. Nocturne. Oh, he skipped Wraiths. He went straight for blue. Okay, so he skips his own camps, goes straight in, takes the opponent camp, then he goes back to his camps. That's kind of like a... that's actually a mindset that we had in 2016 in TSM. The idea was Scorched Earth, so you go in and you take everything your opponent has, and then it's much easier to get yours later for free. But that invade that DARDOCH did was like... TSM's is very coordinated, you saw that? Let's go look at DARDOCH's. Cassiopeia has the push and is hovering strongly. And then, yeah, and Rumble has the push. So this is fine. They just don't move. They don't move to the play. Or Huni doesn't. Demonte does. So we move all four to our play. Probably don't know where the Trundle is. Okay. So here Nocturne comes. He's level 6. Bot lane probably called him. And they don't. Like, Virus is just playing really safe. They've got all their summoners and there's no arrow. So, can't gank. Alright, this TSM comp is very much looks like a 1-3-1 comp, right? Like Rise is great in the side lane, Camille is a great split pusher, and then Nocturne can go kind of anywhere to help whoever gets ganked in the 1-3-1. So they have to survive till the mid game and do that. Ocean Dragon. Okay. Cross to Herald, cross to Herald? Nope. Alright, so I wonder if they knew that Drake was being done when they snuck Herald. This is a 10-minute. DARDOCH takes a ward out, goes in, sees the Wraiths are gone. I don't think he saw Nocturne there. He knows Cassiopeia has the push. Camille has the push. He takes the crab. Okay, now Rumble has the push. And I think they see it, yeah. They must know now. Yeah, they must know by now. They pinged Kench, but they might have seen him tongue lash the Drake, too. But it doesn't matter because they already started it before that. This is a major lose-lose for Camille. Look how Huni and DARDOCH are communicating here. So, DARDOCH starts the Herald, and Huni gets his wave in. Now, Camille has has warded it, so she knows it's happening. But she can't fight him, because Huni's moving right behind. And notice how Huni moves into the tri-bush here. If Camille fights Trundle, she auto-loses, because Huni is following up. And she loses twice. It's like a lose-lose situation. Like, she tries to stop the Herald, which will be bad, or she stays, and she gives up the wave, which is double bad. She needs to catch this wave at all costs, because it's been stacking. So she has to go back to the turret. So basically, DARDOCH had two options. I can dive Camille on this wave, or I can take Herald for free. And it's only free if nobody shows up, like Rise. There needs to be, like Camille would have to finish catching this, kill all the minions, and then go fight. And Huni can just go there now. I guess she can give up some minions for the Herald if it's an even fight. But then obviously we need Nocturne there. So DARDOCH just knows that there's a dragon being taken. And he cross maps. I mean, he takes it. Alright, and bot lane. This is another reason why Grig just can't get any ultis off. Look at bot lane here. They know that he took the dragon, and they're literally sitting. Look, here comes the wave, and look what their bot lane does. They're literally sitting halfway back to the other turret. They're so scared of Nocturne. And they still have all of their summoners. So they could literally just run and flash into that turret range. There's they're just playing very scared, but we only got that one wave of damage on the turret. Oh yeah, and then Ashe gets hit. Unfortunate. Jesper and Mithy screw up. Okay, so Huni does not TP. What is DARDOCH doing here? Is he taking the wolves or the blue? He just dropped Rift Herald mid. Now Nocturne can ulti top if he wants. But Camille instead TP spot. So Trundle goes straight in for the top turret, which is prepped very well by Huni. And then he wants to take top jungle. So he's kind of just going where there's easy pressure to win the lane. If DARDOCH has a winning lane to play off, it looks like he's very strong at playing off that lane. He just completely ignores bot. Has he even farmed his bot side jungle this whole game? Let's go back, guys. Look. I'm just going to scooch back through here. Herald. Okay, he comes back from base. Goes. Oh. Here we go. This is the first, and so far the only time, DARDOCH has farmed his bot side jungle. And his bot side is playing like way, way, way back. Even still. Even though he's here, they're playing back towards turret. Alright, so he's playing really strong, so it seems like he's the kind of jungler who plays really strongly towards his winning side. I wonder if that means what would happen if Jesper and Mithy really pushed their advantage bot, like took the turret and went even farther. I suppose DARDOCH would gank. If Mithy and Jesper were gankable, he would gank them for sure. I think he's a bloodthirsty jungler, so I think he would definitely do that. Alright, so turret trades. Get bot turret, trade for top turret. They see Ashe and Tom on the wave and they send Rumble there anyway. So they must just want their duo bot no matter what, or they want Rumble top no matter what. Okay, Nocturne's here, and he has to go farm. This is another chance to make a play. The bot lane is super exposed here if they catch, so Nocturne could go in on it if we can blow somebody up. It's just hard to blow up people with who are playing so safely. Trundle's right there. Here we go. Rise is here too. Make the play. Make the play. There's no engaging. We need like an Ash arrow or... Okay, so they reset instead. I'm not sure why. I guess they just wanted to buy stuff. How did they know? I guess they knew that they were off the map. DARDOCH knew that they were off the map. He has nothing to farm. So bot lane has a move, so they clear out all the pinks. He doesn't go for deep vision. Okay. So DARDOCH is now a good enough jungler that he understands, like, you know, the levels of vision. So on the first move here, when the duo comes, he takes the river and that one red bush ward, and then he waits. Now the duo has crashing the wave, and our duo have to catch it. So he comes in. Nocturne is clearing camps and going top. So Camille needs to do the same thing up here as Trundle's doing. Oh yeah, and this is just Mithy kind of walking in the wrong space because they stayed. They have a million flashes, which is just Trundle. Let's see. Rise. Yeah, so then they know that they're staying and Rise is moving. Then they die. Nocturne's moving too. And, gosh, even who need teleports? That seemed to be the game-losing play. Big oopsies from Mithy. Okay, so now it's really hard to read any bad habits out of this because they're just doing really normal stuff now. Here they wanted to push the next, they pushed that last wave. Let's look at what they do. So they want to push this wave right here. Then they want to take double. So, oh, this must be DARDOCH calling, or Smoothie. DARDOCH or Smoothie. They push the last wave and they try to take the double golems as a group. He wants help. He wants to take that. He doesn't want to leave it for Nocturne. And he doesn't want to risk dying. So he wants to take double golems as 3 people quickly with nobody recalling, and then he wants everybody to recall together. So they clear the next wave, the cannon wave. Usually after you take a turret, you don't want the opposing team to get tempo on you by pushing out their wave. Like, let's say Echo Fox doesn't kill the wave that's coming under this little YouTube symbol. Then Mithy and Tom will be able to escort that wave through, Ash and Tom will be able to escort that wave here, and then the Echo Fox bot lane will have to catch it in order to kind of re-stabilize the map. So they want to clear the next wave, and they want to take these, strip the enemy jungler of the double golems as a group. There you go, guys. A good habit, because okay, there's a lot of ways to do this. A lot of teams, the jungler will be taking these while the virus is hitting the turret. Like the jungler will be taking these, right? Or a lot of times the AD carry will be clearing the next wave while the jungler takes these with the support. Or a lot of times the jungler will be taking these the whole time, just kind of standing here while these 2 guys are on turret. I guess they're racing for... They can't be racing for first turret. They're already down, so yeah, whatever. Or a lot of times, like, the bot lane will recall and the jungler just risk it. A lot of bad teams do that. So push together and then take double golems together and then base. So they're playing it like as a unit, even though it's inefficient in terms of the time that you allocate. It's oh, that was TP advantage too. Big mistake. To try to defend that with TP advantage, or to defend it so fragmentedly. Okay, here we go. They clear the wave, they go in for the double golems. Mithy's scouting it and thinks he has flash so he can't die. He has flash so he thinks he can't die. Which probably he wouldn't have died if he just flashed right over the pillar instantly. Yeah. I mean, I don't think he can die there with flash up. Okay, just flash right there. Wander away. Probably he's fine. But he tries to save his flash. He's like, no, I don't want to use my flash. I don't want to use my flash. I don't want to use my flash. But then, yeah. Or maybe he wants to flash something. Maybe he wants to flash. Maybe he needs to flash like the virus ulti or something to live. So he's thinking if I flash here, they'll still get me maybe? I don't know. Anyway. So now they just come straight out and they all go, everybody to Infernal Drake. Oh, they know Camille TP is coming up soon, so they have to do it fast. And then what? Then they're afraid of Nocturne. So Huni says, like, come, help me push out. So now they're literally standing in Huni's jungle while he pushes a wave. Okay, now they're just going to go mid. Okay, Trundle, let's see what Trundle is doing at this time. Same thing. They're just trying to make sure that Nocturne and Camille don't get their whole topside jungle with all that pressure. So he calls the duo lane to him. When did they move? They clear the wave, then they go. This is the advantage of Tom and Ashe. They can be at this play if they decide to fight. They could like show up there from the wave. So, kind of sucks for Echo Fox. They have to actually walk there. Tom and Ashe can just sit mid and show up at the play. But they can't keep vision of these guys because they have no turret. And they're Tom and Ashe. Yikes. Okay, Camille is being really smart. Looks like hiding up here. So we're 20 minutes in. And Camille's almost online. I mean, she's been basically shoving Rumble underneath the turret for the last whatever. Pretty soon she's probably going to be able to start. And look, Ryze can get the push on Rumble too, it looks like. So it looks like the side lanes are winning now. And so all they have to do is now get a successful 1-3-1, push out the game. And they get it. But Cassiopeia can easily kill the dragon. Kill the Baron so fast. And by the way, Greg was screaming about this like all the way back here. He was like, they could be doing Baron, they could be doing Baron, they could be doing Baron, I'm so scared, help guys. So his senses as a jungler are really accurate. He's basically like communicating where DARDOCH is like this entire game with almost 100. Like, it's so funny the amount of time he pings on his head in the fog of war. It's just comical. Greg's like jungle sense is really strong, probably from playing so much solo queue. But yeah, he sees Cassiopeia leave here, and he knows they're doing Drip Baron. He's screaming it, and finally gets Ashe to E it, but it's too late. He almost gets the steal. God, that was so close. Anyway, so looking at who called this, I'm trying to figure out who is the person who says we're going to rush Baron. When they decide to do that. Okay, we give up bot side control right here. So this must be when they're like, oh, hey, they don't have any vision here. We have full bot side control. Huni goes to catch the wave. Okay, Cassiopeia goes to catch top. Trundle is halfway up there. She's kind of scared. She's not so scared now. Otherwise she wouldn't path around that corner. Oh, she is scared. She doesn't want to push the next wave. She comes back. And Huni moves already. Huni's already moving, so they call it right here. Huni's like, okay, I'm coming. And he abandons pushing the next wave. And shows up. Ooh, what a nice rumble ulti. And I think that's it. There's not much to learn from this game. Let's recap. DARDOCH likes to hit the turret, and then he likes to force his bot lane to stay and strip the jungle minions before they back. It's such a shame they got this this easy Baron with Cassiopeia, because look, our side lanes are... Well, I mean, okay, this is a little bit of a false positive because they don't have any opponents, but I don't think there's anybody in the game that can beat the Ryze Camille now. So the 1-3-1 is active, it's just they have Baron. We have to survive this Baron while we're pushing the other waves. We have to delay it. So hence the comeback plays here. Really good from Jonathan to not get caught there. There's comeback play 1, so now they're dead. It's a 4v5, so their Baron is delayed by 2 waves. They have 7 waves of Baron. Okay, there's another death. And again, nobody dies, so effectively their Baron's over, I guess. She's dead for 30 seconds, so yeah. You have 7 waves of Baron. I think they used 4 of them, and they had like maybe 3 more here coming up. So these are the kind of plays that Fnatic is really good at. Oh, and this is very unfortunate. Let's see here. Okay, so we have to get the 1-3. It looks like TSM wants to get the 1-3-1 set up. Look, Ryze is pushing out. Mid is pushing out, but mid is literally can't go up. Camille escapes. Okay, Echo Fox seems to know what the game plan is. They know that they can't 1-3-1 at all, or they lose. So they're just grouping everybody there, and they're trying to decide, Huni's trying to decide, does he go back or does he stay? And then... So all they have to do is, like, not die under turret while Ryze pushes. But Ferris got an ulti on Ashe, so it's game over. Yeah, no QSS. Alright, that's it. I think the calls that I liked were the one where DARDOCH made his team stay. I liked the ones where Demonte, you can tell this is a DARDOCH centered team because Demonte on these moves here early, I think this is important. These early moves, Demonte moves really far into the jungle. Like, when they steal second blue buff, sorry, here, this one. Demonte moves really far in the jungle to secure these wolves. DARDOCH's like, I want these wolves. Come with me. So he does. He goes. All, like, this is actually like a bad habit that can be abused, right? Because if Jonathan just doesn't die here and Soren just pushes mid wave, he gets a roam, and he's Rise, so he can just go bot. He's level 6 already. He can just walk into the bot river. Trundle's up here. He has full control over the mid wave, and he can make the bot that is currently winning win even harder. So this is like a super high risk move to give up that much of the mid wave for just some wolves. It has to result in a kill, and it doesn't even result in anything better than a 1v1 or a 1-4-1, and that's only because freaking Cassiopeia ulti is glitchy as heck, so Jonathan's sideways, but it still catches him. So that's like a DARDOCH special. Okay, and then here's the blue respawn. Now look at what Cassiopeia does. Gets the wave and walks over here, but moves all the way. All the way. Uses her ward aggressively. Doesn't even stay for the blue, and then goes back the long way to mid. So she gave up. She had mid control here. Right here, see? And instead of like hovering to that side and catching the next wave right here, and like abusing Rise while he's catching and trying to get some damage on him, she goes all the way back to there. Maybe they didn't have vision on Nocturne, so they didn't want to do that, but anyway. And then DARDOCH gets out. They give up their control instantly, so he's kind of like ninja jungling. He doesn't want to keep up the pressure, he just wants just enough pressure to go in. So that's really good. And then he spent, what, 1 minute total on the losing side of the map. Spent all the rest of the time on the winning side of the map, looks like. And he started Herald way before his bot lane could ever be there. And Rise, like, even against Tom, like Tom can literally ulti into this right now if he wanted to and start this fight. But instead he goes bot. So I guess he's okay taking a risk to try to solo Herald. And what else does he do? Instantly cross maps. I think that's normal for every jungler, though. That's not special to DARDOCH. If they make a play on the other side of the map, you instantly cross map for the other objective. Okay. Oh, did he just farm out the end of the play? He farmed his way back to a base. So he goes front to back. He clears your camps, then he clears his camps, then he bases. And he didn't base with his top laner. There. And now his support. Okay, now he's kind of like, let's see how he plays this bot thing. He doesn't fight it. He waits for them to base and leave. He just kind of like stands there until they can move together, and then he enters the river together from the ramp. Okay, so this is actually another good piece of scouting information. There's a lot of junglers who only enter the river through mid. Like they come mid and they help fight that, or they push out the wave and then they enter in through the ramps here with their mid laner and they clear vision. And on red side, it's actually very difficult to group with your bot lane and take river control. It's very easy on blue side. You can go behind the dragon pit, you can enter through ramp with all three, or you can, you control tri-bush first, you control this bush first, then you enter through either entrance, and you can kind of like take river. And on red, it's a lot harder to pull that off. But like his bot lane, he waits for his bot lane to clear and walk with him. They enter through the blue buff ramp. So even though his bot lane is weak, quote unquote, they're not weak because they have the same buy. But apparently they don't have control of the wave. Maybe it's because Nocturne's there. They don't have control of the wave. It could be they are fine 2v2, but it's just Nocturne, so they're playing super freaking safe. Yeah, so he waits for them on the ramp, enters with them. They clear out vision together. Go mid. And he checks that. Okay. So, scouting complete. Oh, how do they know to pull the trigger on this turret here? How do they know that Nocturne is... Oh, I guess it's just the Cassiopeia that Rise heads top. Look. Rise heads top, Cassiopeia heads bot. So they're like, oh, Nocturne must be topside. We're switching. So he's just like, I'll just waste time autoing the turret until we catch sight of Nocturne. Okay. They're still waiting. Okay, now they catch sight of Nocturne. And so now they know they can go. At the same time, Mythi unfortunately exposes himself. And yeah, so they're blowing all their flashes here. Very safely. They know that Nocturne's kind of like, oh. I don't think him ulting in there would help much, because we don't have TP advantage, so there's always a 5v4 on the bottom of the map. So Huni must be just ready to TP. Oh yeah, look at him. He doesn't want to get interrupted. So they're making this play, and Huni is like literally standing half a map away from Camille, so that he can watch and get ready to TP without getting interrupted by Camille and stopped. So I wonder how soon that was happening. Okay, here's the bot play. Okay, look what Huni's doing. Yeah. So they're just doing this because they have TP advantage. Okay, so another note, Echo Fox, shot calling, revolves around TP advantage. I mean, they play strongly around it. If they have it, they know they're going to make a bot side play, 5-man versus 4, and so they just go. And Huni stays safe enough to do it. That's not normal. Huni doesn't normally stay safe enough to do that. Maybe it's just because he's losing lane. He knows that Camille will solo him. Anyway, that's it, guys. Hope that was fun for you, and I will see you next time. Make sure to check out the show every night, 7:30 to 9:30ish, the Ask Weldon show. And you can ask questions there related to esport psychology. I will see you for the next scouting video.